Hi everyone, this is Dr. Praud Patel, and today we're going to talk about the most needed thing, that is having a perfect plan for the last 30 days before the NEET MDS exam. So without wasting any time, let's begin. So let's just say that you have your exam on the 19th of April. So I'll be uploading this video by 9th of March, so you will have at least 40 days before the exam for revision. This video will be in two parts. In the first part, we are going to talk about how to have what kind of daily routine you need to have for the revision, and the second, how many days each subject require for revision. So let's decide the daily routine. I made the routine for two kind of people, that is the early birds and the night owls. For the early birds, I would say that you wake up at around 8 o'clock, 8 to 10, have a slot 1 for studying, you will get at least 2 hours. Then 10 to 10:30 have breakfast, eat something good. 10:30 to 1, slot 2 for studying. I would say in the morning you should study a subject which is tough for you. Then 1 to 2 have a lunch, have a good bath. 2 to 3:30, after eating lunch you will be little sluggish, so it's better to do MCQs. I would suggest that doing MCQs from the Pulse or whatever coaching app you are following. Sometimes what you can also do is just seeing the answers and not actually solving, so that will also get something in your mind. Then moving on, 3:30 to 4:30 you can have a nap, short nap if you want to. If you're sluggish, if you're not, then go with the MCQs. 4:30 to 5 have a tea break, tea, coffee, whatever you are into, have that. 5 to 7 o'clock study a smaller subject, any subject you want you can study. 7 to 8:30 I would suggest studying pharma. I suggest studying pharma daily as it's a very vast subject and you cannot study in a short period of time, so study pharma that time. 7 to 8:30. 8:30 to 9 have dinner, not a heavy one, have light dinner. 9 to 11 there is another study slot, you can study whatever you want. I would suggest another heavy subject you should study here. 11 to 1 take 5-10 minutes of break. Then 11 to 1 either study a subject or do MCQs in this point of time. Then 1 to 7 you should sleep, you should have at least 6 hours of sleep. Moving on for the daily routine for the night owls. Usually night owl people will wake up by 9-10 like that, so I'm assuming that you wake up by 10 o'clock. 11 to 1 study for 2 hours. Then 1 to 2 have lunch. 2 to 4 study for the second subject, slot 2 for studying. 4 to 5 have tea or something kind of break. 5 to 7 this is the third study slot, so you can study a bigger subject as you are fresh. 7 to 8:30 I would suggest studying pharma. 1 hour you can study pharma and 30 minutes you can solve MCQs for that, so it's the best thing you can do for pharma. 8:30 to 9 have dinner. Then main study slots for the night owls begin after 9. 9 to 11 you should study a bigger subject. Then 11 to 2 study another bigger subject or solve MCQs in this time. What I would suggest that study the subjects, whatever the main points are, volatile points, study them and then do MCQs afterwards. So the timetable for the night owls and the early birds will give you around at least 12 to 14 hours daily for studying, and I would suggest studying at least 10 to 12 hours daily in the last 30 days of the preparation. Let's move on to the second part of the video, that is dividing the subjects according to their value and according to the time needed. First we will remove the last 7 days for final revision and we'll take only 33 days for the division of these subjects, so you can study and finish them once. The subjects will divide accordingly. For example, I am dividing the final year subjects and the basic sciences subjects separately. So what I did, for the basic sciences we'll start from the first year subjects. Anatomy I'm going to give 2 days, as I think 2 or 3 questions comes from anatomy but equally important. BChems 1 day, physio 1 day, dental anatomy and dental histology, the questions will come most probably, so 1 day for each. General pathology 2 days because it's a little tough subject and it's not easy to grasp, so 2 days is minimum. Micro you should give 2 days because it's a volatile subject and I would suggest you that you should study it properly from your notes. Don't go into the books, study from your notes, it will be more helpful. Pharma I am saying daily you should give little time, 1.5 hour, it will do good. General medicine is a vast subject, it's actually out of our range, but you have to study the main points volatile. It's kind of volatile also. So you need to study general medicine for at least 2 days. General surgery, I would suggest for 2 days more. This accounts a total of 14 days. So remaining 20 days, dental material you should study for 2 days. Now dental material is a little volatile subject, so I would suggest that you should study in the later part of the month. Oral path, oral medicine, and oral radiology combined should take at least 3 to 4 days, because I think from these three subjects there would be at least 25 to 30 questions in the exam. Pedo is like compilation of all the subjects, so one day for pedo is more than enough, so go for one day only for pedo. Ortho 2 days is I think enough. You can also reduce it accordingly if you have a good grasp of the ortho. Prosto 3 days is minimum, because there will be CD, RPD, FPD. That's a lot of content to read, so you should give at least 3 days. Cons 1 day. Endo 3 days I would suggest, because endo also comes for a lot of marks. Endo 3 days is minimum. Oral surgery 1 day. What you can do, you can reduce 1 day from endo and give to oral surgery, making it 2 days. But I would suggest oral surgery for 1 day only. PhD 2 day. PhD is a vast subject, all the statistics and all epidemiology. It takes a lot of time, so you should read PhD for 2 days. Perio 2 days. It's a vast subject but an easy one. Perio needs 2 days at least. This accounts for a total of 20 days and total approx of 34 days. So in the end you will have 7 days for the final revision. Now this is the daily routine and the division of the subject. Now what I want you to do in these time period. Number 1, first club the connecting subjects. What you can do is study the connecting subjects at the same time. For example, you are studying ortho with pedo. Morning you are studying ortho, evening you are studying pedo. So what it will give you a connecting link. You will be able to grasp better. Then anatomy, general surgery, and OS, you can study these three subjects together. It will give you a better grasp on the subject. Dental materials, prostho, cons, endo, you should club together. Same way for oral path, oral medicine, and radiology, because those questions are combined and then they are asked. Same goes for physio and general medicine. So it will give you a better understanding of all of them. Second, study at least 2 subjects in one day and one smaller subject in the same day, because with them, so as not to get that kind of a burnout you will feel that you are studying the one subject for the whole day, you should study multiple subjects in one day. How you should divide the time? You should give at least 60% of the time to the MCQs and 40% of the time for reading. Study from your notes only. Open the books only when needed, when to clarify a doubt or to look for the images. You have less time, use it judiciously. Now, from where you should do MCQ? What I did was CD's pink papers, dental pearls, CD's live exams, and previous year question papers. These were the things I did in the last 30-40 days, and I would suggest you the same. I would also recommend solving Neeraj Wadhwan if you haven't solved yet. Fifth, when you are studying for the last 30-40 days, try making small notes in some diary or copy, like 10 to 15 pages per subject. You should make small notes, small scribbling you should do. This will help you in the later part of the preparation, that is the last 7 days. You need not to go through all of your notes once again. You just need to go through those 15-20 pages per subject, and that will be good for you. And by this we come to the end of the video, and I would like to say I'm really sorry I was not able to upload the remaining videos of the important topics for the subjects, but I'll upload them as soon as possible. I was not getting time in the college, but now I'm making time for the YouTube, so I'll upload them soon. Hope you're studying well. I hope you achieve whatever you dreamt of. All the best, keep studying, and thank you for watching.